Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tampa Bay Rays will wrap up their 4-game series against the Baltimore Orioles. This is game 4 of a 7-game homestand, the final homestand of the regular season. Hi again, everyone, with Kevin Kennedy and Todd Callis. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard tonight. Well, the Rays have taken the first 3 games of the series from the Baltimore Orioles. The Rays have won 9 out of their last 12 as they try to complete this sweep tonight. And for B.J. Upton, Kevin, it has been a topsy-turvy year. He's hit at the top of the order. He's hit at the bottom of the order. Tonight he'll be right in the middle. He's going to hit 5th. And he's swinging the bat much better. Yeah, and in the last 9 games, he's been hitting well over 300, but it's the mechanics that we've talked about the last couple of nights that are better, and that's what's helping him get through the ball better with backspin, hitting some really crisp and hard line drives, getting that front foot down correctly, loading correctly, much sooner and much quicker. It's slow feet, quick hands. That's the key right there. The stolen bases for a guy that's hitting below 240, to have 41 stolen bases really for me is incredible. The defense, we've seen it all season long. People sometimes say he's loafing. I don't see that. I see a guy that glides and knows exactly where he's at. He's made a couple of great catches in his homestand, including that one over the shoulder. Well, Matt Garza is going to be on the mound tonight for the Rays. You look at his record, 8-11. You scratch your head. How could a guy who throws this hard and who holds the opposition to so few hits be under 500? Well, he hasn't gotten a lot of support this year. He's out to try to finish off this season on a positive note. Well, it's interesting because Jim Palmer, the Hall of Famer, broadcasting for the Orioles, came in before the game. He said, how come people are ripping on Matt Garza? What's he done wrong? Other than the record, he's been absolutely outstanding. I said, well, that's what we say. That's what Joe Madden said. Joe Madden has said he's actually had a better year than he did a year ago, except for the wins. And against the Orioles, historically, forget about it. 6-0, the 2.70 under an average, the opponent's batting average against. Like he is against the league, it's microscopic, really. I mean, he's got incredible stuff. He did have a tough one inning against Texas. All of a sudden, it blew up on him. But this guy's got great stuff. I've said it so many times this year. He's going to be anywhere from a 16 to 18 game winner when he puts it all together and gets some run support. And the pitching matchup tonight, Garza with his 8-11 record. The opposition hitting only .232 off him. He'll be opposed by 29-year-old lefty Chris Waters, who's out of Lakeland, by the way. For Waters, this will be his first start for the Orioles this year, his 5th appearance overall. He spent most of the year at the AAA level. Rays go for the sweep tonight. They come in 82-76 on the year. We'll be back with all of the action, starting lineups at first. Little place, big taste. And by your Southeast Toyota dealer. Toyota, moving forward. Rays homestand continues with Baltimore in town. Matt Garza against Chris Waters. Right now, let's go to the field. In front of the Rays dugout, here is Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thanks so much. When you talk about Garza, Joe Madden, the manager, says you have to look way past the win-loss record when you assess his 2009 season.
You look at his numbers, they're actually very good once again. You look at his batting average against this guy, it's phenomenally low. You look at what lefties do against this guy. He's one of the best right-handers versus a lefty in the league. His overall body of work has been wonderful once again. I think early on in the season, our defense wasn't up to speed, and we weren't scoring nearly as many runs or enough runs. So a lot of this win-loss record and all this other stuff is caught up in stuff that's totally out of his control. I think he goes out there nightly whenever he pitches and really battles you deep into the game, and his stuff looks great to me. So I honestly think he's equally as good, if not better, than he was last year.
The run support Joe Madden was talking about, there you see it, the lowest in the American League, 3.75 per start. Hopefully the Rays can do a little better tonight, and Matt Garza can finish off with a victory. Time for a little Orioles and Rays baseball. Back we go to Dwayne Stats.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. As we get a look at Matt Garza, here's the lineup he will face tonight. The Orioles have Brian Roberts, their fine second baseman, leading off, followed by the shortstop, Cesar Izturis. Matt Wieters up in the third position in the order. He'll catch. Nick Markakis hits cleanup in right. Ty Wiggins in the DH, the former Ray. Melvin Mora is at third base, hitting in front of Michael Aubrey, the first baseman, and left field Lou Montanez. And Jeff Yarantino is in center field, batting ninth.
Well, Matt Garza comes in with a losing record, but as we've said already today, he hasn't pitched like a loser. He's got a 3.93 earned run average in the American League, especially pitching mostly in the American League East. That is very good. 197 innings. He's going to and has surpassed his career high. He's got a 232 batting average against. And talking about left-handed hitters that Joe Madden mentioned and Todd Callis a moment ago, 194. 194 is what lefties are hitting off of Matt Garza. Right-handers at 271. The defense behind Matt tonight. In left field, guess who? Sven Zobrist. Why not? Take another glove out there. B.J. Upton in center and Gabe Kapler in right. Around the infield, Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Aki Uemura, Willie Ibar, and Diego Navarro behind the plate for Matt Garza.
And there's a look at Ben Zobrist, who's in left field tonight. He started last night in right field. He started the night before at second base, and the night before that, he started at first base.
He's got his left fielder's glove now.
And here's Brian Roberts. The first pitch of this game is a little bit high. We are underway. 1 ball, no strikes. There is ball 2, 2-0. I'll tell you, the tendency is to think of Garza as someone who is much older than 25. But he really is just 25. He won't be 26 until November. And he has a great arm, and with a little run support, he easily could have 18 wins as opposed to only 8.
Well, he will be that. He will be a 16 to 18 game winner in this league. And hopefully next year for the Rays.
He's behind Roberts, 3-1.
But you're right, 25 years of age, and this whole starting staff is young. But Matt's right there with him. He's only 25.
And he picks up a strike to run the count full. Well, Garza last year gave the Rays 170 innings, or take that back, just under 185 innings, and he's just 3 innings short of 200 this year.
You just saw his numbers in 85 games. I mean, that's it. He's just beginning his career.
3-2. Swing and a miss. He comes back with that fastball and strikes out Brian Roberts. one away.
Yeah, that's called reaching back, getting just a little bit extra with the 96 fastball and on the corner. Brian Roberts just can't catch up with it. That's the ability that Matt Garza has. Just turn it up a notch for the punch out, and you got it.
Here's Cesar Asturias. Too high. Asturias hitting from the left side. Switch hitting shortstop. That one is by him. Fastball, mid-90s, 1-1. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he's letting it out tonight, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Think it's his last start?
We saw last night, we saw Shields come out and have the best fastball we've seen him have in a long while.
Yeah, kid.
Line drive, and it's going to be a base hit into left center. Upton with the pickup, and Asturias heads for 2. He beats the throw. Asturias hustles his way into second base with a double.
Boy, that's all you can ask for if you're Dave Tremblay, is to keep hustling. You've lost 13 in a row, and Cesar Asturias was looking for 2 right out of the box. Look how the ball tailed away. He wanted that ball in. He missed location by plenty because of that tailing action right there. And Asturias gets into second because he never stopped once he made contact out of the box. Always been a hustler, always been a solid player.
So a scoring opportunity with 1 out in the first as Matt Wieters becomes the hitter. He breaks his bat and fouls the ball into the far end of the dugout, third base side, and that bat did a little bounce of its own to the first base side and then wound up behind the mound and was retrieved by Phil Cuzzy. Tonight's game available in high definition. 1 strike to count to Wieters. Wieters also a switch hitter, and he's hitting .324 from the left side. Just a bit wide, and it's 1-1. Strike call.
Yeah, that's nasty. You're looking for 96, and you got a 76 curveball right here. Look at this. And that's not even his best one right there. At the top of the strike zone.
1-2 with Asturias at second, and a wave and a miss. Slider strikes out Wieters.
Well, he gave them all 3: fastball, curveball, slider. That's nasty. Look at that. You can see the dot, the red dot of the seam as it from that center field camera shot, and the overhead shows that it did indeed cross the inside corner as well.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to hit, and if you take it, it's a strike.
Forget about it.
Now it's Nick Markakis. Looks at 1 low.
I always like it when you talk to a Hall of Famer like Jim Palmer the last few nights coming over here to say hello, and he says and he likes certain guys. I mean that says a lot. Not that we don't know it, but he's going, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he being bashed? I said, I don't know. Nobody's bashing him here.
1-1 to count.
But I think obviously nationally he's being recognized. There's Jim, Hall of Famer. Had a chance to have a couple spring trainings with. Got a chance to catch Jimmy in spring training. He was fantastic. Loved the high fastball. Good high fastball pitcher and a good overhand curve.
And a strike to Markakis. 1-2.
Actually, Jimmy's one of the guys, as a pro I learned about, hey, not just in college, but as a pro in the big leagues in spring training. You can pitch up in a zone north and south. Everybody talks about keeping the ball down. Jimmy went up by design. Pitch down when he needed to, but he'd go right up above your hands and he'd swing through it.
Breaking ball is low, and it's 2-2.
Nice block by Navarro. Really, when you think about it, how many teams would love to have a guy with this kind of stuff? I mean, there's so many good young pitchers in the game.
Oh, you'll take the arm any day.
You bet.
The Rays made that deal. That was a question asked when he was available. The general feeling was at the time the Rays got a great arm, and we've seen what kind of shortstop they got.
Yeah, that's a little bit off the outside corner.
And in his time with the Rays, Garza, like Bartlett, has refined their talents even more.
You know what's interesting about that? The Twins were looking for a shortstop this year. They had to go out and get Orlando Cabrera. And they're definitely looking for some pitching this year.
3-2 is foul back, a fastball challenging Markakis.
So it's certainly no disrespect, but who got the better of that deal? I think we know the answer.
Well, if you get a chance to get a guy like Bartlett, who was your MVP last year, he's been really even better overall this year.
Right.
The offense, and then you've got a guy like Garza with that kind of an arm. Just a little piece of the breaking ball, and Markakis got enough just to foul it and stay alive.
You know, the one thing I like to see Matt do on righties, I think why righties are hitting 80 points more than lefties, I think he should throw that curve to righties as well. Sometimes he doesn't throw that overhand curve to righties, and it's kind of fastball slider, which is basically the same speed. I think if he throws that thing to righties more next year, I think he'll have more success against them. That curve you're seeing right there to lefties, that's a nasty curve. That's a tough pitch to hit when he's on with it.
3-2, and it's fouled back. Trying to run that one in on him with a little slider, and Markakis is having a tough at bat here against Garza. He's battling.
Yeah, he's a tough hitter. He's not a guy you want to give in to also. You want to make a nice quality pitch here.
3-2. Fastball is fouled away. So it's a 9-pitch at bat so far.
I think Matt likes these battles, though. He doesn't like putting anybody on. He likes these battles to try to finish him off with his good stuff. I mean, the easy thing would be out of showing off the outside corner or face Williamson. But I don't think Matt thinks that way.
So the 10th pitch of the at-bat from Garza is on its way. Ground ball left side. That's going to knock off the glove of Bartlett into short left, allowing Historis to score. That's going to be a base hit as Markakis battled for that one, stayed alive, and then just got it out of the reach of Longoria and off the glove of Bartlett for a base hit and a run batted in.
Hey, you can thank Historis for that run with that hustle double. That ball's just right in the seam between Longoria and Bartlett. And both guys did everything they could to stop it, and Bartlett did from stopping it going into deep outfield, but once it got away from him, Historis is going to score because he's going on contact with 2 outs.
Here's Ty Wigginton. Strike call. Wigginton hit the pinch hit home run last night in the 8th inning that suddenly made it a close ball game.
Well, that's interesting because
fouled back 0-2.
We were talking about that last night about Bartlett. Should he have ran? Why did he run? I mean,
yeah, when he stole third base in the 7th inning.
Yeah, and you talked to him today.
We did, you know, and he checked with the Rays to make sure that they were still running with the coaching staff.
And they were
in that situation, and they said yes. The pitch is down. It's 1-2, and frankly, I think it's a 5-0 game. You're in the 7th inning. Especially in the American League, you've got to still continue the running game.
They had 6 outs of offense left, and in the American League, and I know Baltimore's down right now, but that's not the Rays' fault.
Garza off the mound. Quick throw to first, gets Wigginton. That will retire the side. A run on a couple hits, a man left. Bottom of the first coming. Baltimore 1, Rays coming in to hit. Together by Joe Madden, Jason Bartlett atop at short, followed by Gabe Kapler and Evan Longoria. Ben Zobrist continues to hit cleanup, 400 against the Orioles this year. Zobrist up to Nybar down the middle, Burrow, Navarro, and Iwamura to round out the lineup card.
And with Tillman shut down, it's Chris Waters on the mound, the lefty.
First pitch is a strike to Bartlett.
Chris is 29 years old. He's been 4 relief appearances in the big leagues this year, but getting a start because the youngster is shut down for the year.
Ground ball sharply hit to third, picked by Mora, and the throw to first is in time. Well, Bartlett hit the ball hard, but Mora was equal to the task of coming up with that ball at third base.
Oh, he was. That was a bullet. Saved a double right there. Nice backhanded stop by Melvin Mora. Reactionary position. That's why they call it the hot corner. I know you said that last night with that line drive Longoria caught. That was just as hot right there. Nice play.
And here's Gabe Kapler. Takes it for a strike. You can see him shorten on the bat. Gabe hitting .290 on the year against left-handed pitching. All 8 of his home runs against lefties.
That's really what the Rays got him for. Left-handed pitching.
1-1. It's interesting how things work out. The Rays thought that they were a little left-handed last year. You can see what Gabe's done against lefties this year. Now he's behind in the count 1-2. So a couple of left-handed bats left in Floyd and Hinsky. A couple arrived in Kapler and Burrow, and it was a good idea at the time. And Gabe, after struggling just a little early, has just been very solid all year since then against left-handed pitching.
Well, and one thing that you got to love about Gabe, he's just such a hustler and a gamer. Never complains, busts his tail.
He swings and lifts a high fly ball into left, catchable. Not overly deep as it turns out, but that was a pitch that he just missed.
He did. That was a good sound right there. A lot of hands. The outfield, Luis Montañez in left field, Jeff Fiorentino in center, Nick Markakis in right around the infield, Melvin Moria saw Cesar Escuros, Brian Roberts and Michael Aubrey and Matt Wieters behind the plate for Chris Waters.
2 outs, base is empty, and here's Evan Longoria.
How about Montañez? I'll spit it out eventually.
There's a high popper, short right. Markakis is there to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Waters. On to the second, 1-0 Baltimore. Just a reminder, this game is simulcast in Spanish by utilizing your SAP button on your television set. Melvin Mora. And the first pitch to him is a high fastball. Mora hitting .260 for the year. Skies this one back into center. B.J. Upton with a lot of room. That'll be the first out. Michael Aubrey, the first baseman, will be the hitter now. You know, that fly ball off the bat of Mora gives him 1 for 19 lifetime against Garza. Markakis, before he got that little seeing eye hit, had gone 3 for 20 against him.
That's a pretty good matchup. I mean, Matt Garza got the great stuff. I mean, but you're talking about one of the tougher outs in baseball, Nick Markakis.
One nothing delivery. That's popped up. Navarro and Longoria. Evan making the call. It's going to be a fair ball. He was in foul territory, but the ball fair. So that's the second out. Base is empty here. 2 outs, 4 pitches. And Lou Montañez steps in. Inside, 1-0. Rays have won 4 straight. And that one hit him and also got part of Navarro.
That's usually what happens too. When the hitter gets hit like that, it usually bites the catcher.
At least the hitter gets to take a base.
Yeah.
The catcher's got to stay there and take it.
Let's take a look. This ball ran in. Look at that movement on the right, above the right elbow on Montañez. Let's see. One more time. Got some, yeah, got the meat right there. And it looked like it got Navi on the knee. A lot of movement from Garza.
Tarantino takes the pitch high for a ball. Yeah, there are times when he could not throw the ball straight.
Well, that ball that his tourist hit for the double, he was trying to go in. That thing had great movement. It was a 93 or 94 fastball, and it tailed about 10 inches.
Runner goes. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is in time. That takes care of Montanez, caught stealing. Bartlett took the throw from Navarro and put the tag on him for the out. Bottom of the second coming, 1-0 Baltimore.
the better players in the American League. I do believe the shoulder surgery had something to do with the difficulties that he had this year. But just stay with him, be patient with him. He's an exceptional athlete. He's learning how to become a better baseball player also, and he's going to continue to make adjustments as he gets older.
Joe Maddon's assessment of B.J. Upton in the 09 season. Upton due up second here this inning, and guys, it's nice to see him finish strong at the plate and in the field.
All right, and I thought it was kind of interesting in a way. There's a little tap by Zobrist to short. Stewart makes the play. That cut of Maddon we saw there as he was commenting on B.J. Upton. Here's the manager of a baseball team, and he had the boss looking over his shoulder.
I noticed that too. Bruce Springsteen, who played last night in New York at Giant Stadium, our final 5 concerts at Giant Stadium.
Here is B.J. Upton. Upton hitting .238 on the year, takes a big cut and misses. Strike one. Maddon talks about Upton being calm at the plate. And a big bouncing ball to short. Stewart makes the throw. There is a lot of movement with BJ up there, and Maddon thinks that's been toned down a little bit.
Yeah, he's got that. Well, we can get through that the next time up, because that was a quick at bat. But he's got that, the way he loads with that left leg turning in and that heel. Sometimes he does it late, get caught in between. I know his brother Justin in Arizona, seen a lot of him. He does that too, but he's a little quieter with it, and he's had a big year in Arizona. I think BJ's got to take some of these at bats, the videos of them, take them home and study the positive that he's done, some of the good at bats.
Inside the Ibar, 1-0.
And really, work on that in the offseason. I know that the Yankees, Robinson Cano, did not have a great year. He went home and did that. They changed a couple of things with Robbie as far as the moving parts with him. Kevin Long went down to Dominican, and look at the year Robbie Cano for the Yankees has had. So BJ can do the same thing. Come back next spring healthy, and there you go.
For strike 2-1. Well, it's so much more effective, it seems to me, Kevin, when a hitter can take positive video as opposed to breaking down video and seeing the things you've done wrong. To take that video when you're going well and study
Absolutely.
that, because that's what you want to remember. That's the image you want seared in your mind.
It's interesting you say that, because for anybody that's following what's going on in the National League, and the Phillies clinching last night, well, the Rays don't want to hear that, but Charlie Manuel did something very interesting. It was a blowout game, and Scott Air was pitching well.
3-2, and there's a shot high and deep into left center field. Montanez is there, and it's going to be off the wall. Ibar's going to dig for 2, and he's in with the double. Ibar's 12th double of the year, and I think Willie thought it might go out.
I thought so at first. I think Willie did too. How'd that stay in? He crushed that. Well, Montanez is giving it chase, so you knew he thought he had a shot. That ball runs in. So Willie thinks he's got it, so he's jogging out of the box. He's a good low ball hitter. There's your checkers double of the game when he gets there, and he'll get there in a second. But he thought it was out. I thought it was out. And he gets into second base.
Pat Burrell now takes the strike. So the Rays have their first base runner and the scoring opportunity with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Now it's down and in, 1-1.
Pat Burrell knows all about Charlie Manuel. But what I was going to say, just to finish real quick, 2 outs, nobody on, 9th inning, and the Phillies are about to clean. He brings Brad Lidge in, who's had a terrible year, really closing for the Phillies, to get the final out. And that was a managerial thing to give him a positive feeling going into the postseason. That's what that was about. He wanted him to have that feeling of, hey, getting the last out. It was not a save situation, not even close to it. Managing isn't just the X's and O's between the line. That's a psychological move right there.
Yeah.
And I relate that to BJ and the finishing positive right here, because you want to feel good going through the offseason.
Runner takes off for third, makes it standing up. Ibar is in there. The pitch is a called strike. So Ibar picks up his first steal of the year, and it's a steal of third. Two the count to Pat. That's high. Full count.
There's another guy I'd like to feel good going into the offseason. Pat Burrell.
Ground ball, third base side, picked up by Mora. Throw to first in time, and the Rays are out in the second through 2, 1-0 Baltimore.
Authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
In the third, Jeff Ferrantino will lead off. He was at the plate when Montanez was thrown out trying to steal. That ended the top of the second, so the left-handed hitting center fielder leads it off in the third. Pitch is high, 1 ball, no strikes. Ferrantino wearing number 70. He's got Joe Madden's number.
That's a good spring training number for a non-roster guy.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to manage someday.
Some guys say, hey, that was my first number they gave me, I'll keep it.
Joe Madden wearing number 70. Ferrantino with the number 70 for Baltimore. A ball and 2 strikes.
You know, when they hand out your numbers in spring training, especially if you're on the roster, you're hardly thought of.
Yeah.
You get those low
Whether
numbers.
you really have a chance to make the team or not.
Yeah. Hey, he's up here. He's up here now.
I tell you, and when the Rays have seen him, he plays like he wants to stay.
I'm not kidding.
He plays hard. Ground ball, shortstop. Bartlett throws him out. That's the first out in the top of the third. Here's another guy who works hard, Todd Callis.
Hey, Dwayne, the days are over of those second basemen that used to hit 260 with good defense and 10 home runs as Brian Roberts tries to the plate. Another solid year for Roberts. Look at what these guys have done. These are the last 4 opponents for the Rays. Brian Roberts leads the big leagues in doubles. Ian Kinsler, we saw get that 30-30 with that home run. Jose Lopez approaching 100 RBIs, and Aaron Hill over 100 with 36 home runs. Not to mention before that, if you take it further back, the reigning MVP of the AL, Dustin Pedroia, playing second, and coming in town tomorrow, Robinson Cano. So second base has become an offensive position in the American League, guys.
The second baseman, Brian Roberts, hits it on the ground to first, and Garza covers, taking the toss from Ibar. And boy, you're always happy to get him on one pitch.
Well, there's number 1, so you know what they thought of him when they gave him a number.
Yeah, that's right.
He went from number 70 to number 1.
Yeah.
56 doubles. That's crazy.
So a couple of quick outs in the third inning. Yeah, he's third in the league in runs scored. Roberts 107.
Steals bases. He's a good player. Solid.
Cesar Esteuras. It's a foul down the left side. That's a strike. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him. You know, there was a lot of talk throughout the season that the Orioles are going to try to deal him to get some young talent.
Well,
you know, get a couple of young players.
Dwayne, he has a lot of value.
He does.
I tell you, the Cubs were after him 2 years ago. They may go right back after him next year. They said they wanted a left-handed bat to help them.
There's a base hit punched the other way by Asturias. He'll stop at first base this time. He is 2 for 2.
Always been a streaky hitter, Caesar. He's always been about a 250, 260 hitter, but I've always said, boy, if when he gets hot, he can hit you 280, 290. He should be a better hitter. He's got good talent, especially from the left side.
Yankees in tomorrow. We'll be with you at 7 o'clock on Sun Sports. First game of the weekend series. Here's Matt Wieters. It's over but low. A breaking ball to start him. Fly ball. Kepler and Wright is there making the grab. No runs, a hit, one left. Bottom of the third coming. 1-0 Baltimore.
You shift, the weight shifts, you get around the ball before you actually receive the ball. Much like a middle infielder. Much like a middle infielder does. And take a look at the front foot landing now. Perfect alignment. That's how you get in position. Good transfer by DeHonor. And he throws a strike to second base. That is just excellent mechanics right there. One more look. That's called getting around the ball. Much like a middle infielder turning a double play. Your feet actually move just before you receive the ball so you can square up and throw a strike down into second.
And it's going to be Navarro to lead off here in the home half of the third. DeHonor hitting .219 for the year, but .281 against left-handers. The pitch from Waters is too low. Chris Waters was 29 years old in August. A 2-0 count. Waters out of Lakeland. It's fouled right back into the screen. And it's 1-2. He's originally drafted by the Atlanta Braves. Spent a lot of time in their minor league system before the Orioles grabbed him. 2-1 now. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, he was one of those 6-year minor league free agents. Signed in January '07 with the Orioles.
And a foul ball straight back this way, just below us. And the count is full. Iwamura next, and then the top of the order, Bartlett. Line drive, and it's caught by Mora at third base. So Nabi made a bid right there, but Mora had him played a little bit toward the line and grabbed it. Be sure and place your reservations for the 2010 season. Rays season tickets. Ensure the best seats, biggest savings, and all the benefits. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Akinori Iwamura. Aki takes ball one. Aki's hitting .290 for the year, but .385 against lefties. He might like this guy. There's the strike.
That's amazing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. He could take that ball away and shoot it in the left field as good as anybody.
2 balls and 1 strike. How about that breakout?
That's amazing. 385 versus 252.
He swings and lifts a high fly ball into left. Hernandez is there and makes the catch. 2 outs. That's the kind of pitch and the kind of ball that Aki used to hit a lot of home runs with in Japan.
That's a good point right there. The shorter ballparks there.
Yeah.
That's like a good swing right there for Fenway Park.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been out of the ballpark.
2 outs, bases empty. Jason Bartlett takes the ball. Jason with a ground ball to third. His first time up. It's upstairs. 2-0. Let's see, Bartlett right now at .318. Carl Crawford owns the club's single season record. Finished at .315 in 2007. 3-0, and Jason at the moment at .318. And now he draws the walk. Well, Bartlett with his best offensive year ever. He's at first with 2 outs, and Kapler up there.
Going in, you say he's been hitting well over 300 since when of last year, though, also? June or July of last year?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's been hitting about this pace for a long time. I think with his swing, I mean, he should never look back. He should be a 300 hitter every year. And his ability to work the count, too.
Kapler lifts it to the right side. Roberts after it. Couple of steps into the outfield from second base. Rays leave a man. We're through 3, and it's 1-0 Baltimore. Aflac, we've got you under our wing. Including 1992, how many American League teammates have each stolen 40-plus bases in a single season? Which the Rays have B.J. Upton currently with 41 steals. Carl Crawford, of course, a career high 60. Nick Markakis opens the fourth, and the pitch is high. Markakis got the base hit. He had the prolonged at bat, fouled off pitch after pitch, and then finally got a base hit into left. That scored Asturias for the only run of the game. 2-0. The Orioles have lost a season high 13 straight games, and they're 20-50 since the All-Star break.
That's a long second half right there. Wow. 20-50?
3-0. So losing last night dropped them 38 games under 500. They haven't been that many games under 500 since 1988. Strike call, 3-1.
You know, it may cost Dave Tremblay his job. I mean, that's the concern I know for Dave, just because even though he's a good teacher, and they'll say, well, they weren't going to win anyway. I mean, it may cost him his job, that kind of second half. My goodness.
There's a strike. 3-2, and so the longest losing streaks of the year would be the current one for the Orioles, 13. Indians and the Rays suffered through the 11-game losing streak, in Kansas City a 10-gamer. Those are the 4 in double figures.
Well, you see a couple of those guys already lost their job. The Astros were on that board. Cecil Cooper lost his job. Eric Wedge was on that board. You just saw he lost his job yesterday.
3-2 and a long one, but well foul. So it's just a foul ball. And Garza will have to make another 3-2 pitch.
You know, you and I were talking about Eric Wedge the other night, and he certainly lost his job yesterday. And I happened to talk to Mark Shapiro today. And I said, Mark, why? I mean, if you're so close to him, why? And he's everything that you want. Why? He said, Kevin, the owners and attendance was down, and they just wanted a change. And he said, I'll take responsibility, but it was the hardest thing I had to do. They are very close friends.
Yes, they are.
I said, well, what are you looking for going forward? He said, the same type of guy. He was very honest. And I said, well, then, you know, why the change at the beginning? They just wanted a new voice in there. But that's the managerial merry-go-round. So, I mean, even if Dave Tremblay loses his job, it's not that he's not a great guy and a great teacher. They may want a new voice in there.
3-2 again, and this time it's low for ball 4. So twice now Markakis has reached base, the RBI single, and now the walk.
And sometimes, you know, players, they don't hear your voice, and so you need a new face and a new coaching staff altogether, and that's exactly what's going to happen in Cleveland. Everybody lost their job, yet they're still managing and coaching until Sunday, which says a lot for Eric Wedge. Pretty stand-up guy himself.
It's Ty Wigginton. The pitch is too low. So leadoff walk. Popper short left. That's going to fall in front of Zobrist. Wigginton didn't hit it all that hard, but dropped it in front of the Rays left fielder. Jammed right there and has himself a base hit.
Yeah, it sure was. Big swing jam shot. Guy's got some power, so you got to play a little bit deeper on him. This ball ran in. Look at that. And the label. Look how this ball runs in. That's off the inside corner by an inch or two.
Melvin Mora lines one into left. It's cut off by Zobrist. They're going to wave Markakis home. The throw's to third. So Markakis scores, and it's 2-0 Baltimore. Wigginton stops at second as Mora drives in the run.
There's a fastball also going in. That ball's right where Navarro wanted it, and Mora was ready for it. I still like to see Matt against righties, so that overhand curve.
How about that? You know, we talked about Mora. He was 1 for 19 going into that at bat against Garza. And he lines an RBI single into left.
Yeah, he was all over that one. That's where Matt wanted to go, but Melvin was ready for it. There's the curve to the left. That's a good pitch to righties also.
It's a strike to Aubrey, who takes it. Well, and you'll talk to him, he'll tell you that his curveball is for the left-handed hitters and then sliders for right-handers.
Well, the hitters know that too.
Yep. It's a pop-up foul ball that's going to be out of play. 0-2, and there's no rule that says you can't throw the curveball.
Well, let me tell you, the guy next door to us, Jim Palmer, had 3 pitches: fastball, overhand curve, and changeup, and he's in the Hall of Fame. That's what he had, 3 pitches. He had a great overhand curve. Matt has a very similar curveball, by the way, right over the top. And he would paralyze right-handers with that.
Fly ball lifted towards center. BJ makes the catch, and the runners are going to hold at first and second. That's the first out.
See, the hitters know that. If you know as a right-handed hitter, you're not going to see an overhand curve or a changeup. You just kind of put that in your back pocket. So you're looking for 2 pitches, and they're both hard: fastball, slider. And you're going to get a fastball first. You're going to look for that before the slider. Now, you're not always going to hit it because he's got a great fastball, but at least you eliminate 2 of his pitches.
Well, there's a big percentage swing in doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you start eliminating pitches and get it down to one or the other, well, you're in pretty good shape.
You notice lefties get curveballs and sliders. They get both of them, and as well as fastballs and changeups. They get all 4 pitches.
Martinez takes a strike. Misses with a fastball outside. 1-1. Chopped to short. Bartlett to second. Out there, they get the throwaway at first, not in time. Hockey gave it a shot. Wigginton goes to third. Moore is forced at second. Martinez reaches on a fielder's choice. It'll be first and third with 2 outs.
Yeah, the effort was there for 2. Wasn't hit hard enough. Nice feed. Quick turn by Aki coming way across the bag. And he made it a lot closer than it should have been, really. Nice play.
Two men on, 2 men out, a run home. Jeff Fiorentino, the center fielder. Foul back. Strike 1. Matt Garza came into this game unbeaten in 6 decisions against the Orioles in his career. He's 6-0 against them with a .270 earned run average.
See where Fiorentino's hands are out over the plate. That's exactly where Matt Garza was going. That's a good target. You figure that type of setup and his hands in close, you can tie him up. He's got to have a lot of movement to get loaded back and get those hands back and get through the ball from that setup position right there.
Line drive and a base hit into center field. Another run is home as Wigginton crosses the plate. Fiorentino lined a breaking pitch into center.
Yeah, see, that's an off-speed pitch. Kind of did him a favor there. That's the backdoor curveball right there, up. And he gets through that one. 73-mile-an-hour curveball. like to see him go right back at those hands right there.
Orioles make it a 3-run game. Here's Roberts, the top of the order. Strike call.
You know, that's the other thing you learn with, you know, number 9 hitters and 8 hitters. You don't have to throw your whole arsenal to every hitter. That's the other thing I think some of the guys will learn. But works don't fix it.
One and one. You see guys sometimes be very reluctant to double up on pitches.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
If the hitter's shown you that he's having trouble hitting it, then why not try it again?
I don't, you know, that's why watching batting practice and throwing batting practice like the guys used to do, like Owen Ryan talked about, you learn an awful lot about hitters by setups.
1-2, a fastball.
It's a different game today.
Do you think there are fewer pitchers and catchers who read hitters?
From what I've seen, yeah, and I've covered both leagues for 13 years now.
I mean, that used to,
yeah,
that used to be pretty common. That's fouled into the screen.
I think there's more reports accessible, but I think you've got to see it live. I think you've got to react to the live human being. The reports are great. It's great information. What this guy hits on this count and that count, but it all depends on which curveball you're talking about. Whose curveball?
Well,
what situation?
That's why sometimes you'll see a manager make a move that might not be in line with the numbers, but he's watching the way a guy sets up, the way a guy's swinging the bat.
Listen, if you played against Cal Ripken, and I managed against him, he changed his stance from at bat to at bat. I mean, one time he's holding it up like Yastrzemski, one time he's laying it down like Rod Carew, one time he's close to the plate. So you have to adjust accordingly for bat to bat. Your reports that you get before the game don't tell you that. That's where the great players are, why they're great. They adjust. You know, as a catcher, you're looking at the hitter. Well, hey, this at bat is a little closer because, hey, we've been staying away, and we're getting that outside corner. We got to bust him in. He's looking away. That's the beauty of the game. That's what reports don't tell you. And that's where you got to have good thinkers out there, good guys with great instincts.
Well, I mean, you can have a guy, for an example, let's just make it extreme, a guy 1 for 19 against a certain hitter. Well, that doesn't mean that he's going to be 1 for 20 the next time they face each other.
No, because you're making an adjustment. It's just like as a pitcher, if somebody's beating the heck out of you, well, aren't you going to do something different? You say, well, no, that's what got me here, and that's what, no, that's what got you there, but that's not how you stay here. Adjustments is how you stay here. And if you want to be the 18, 20 game winner that you should be, or the 320 hitter that you should be with your ability, you make adjustments.
2-2 the count to Roberts. Oh, he just missed there. I think he threw him a slider, and that didn't miss by too much. A little wide.
Yeah, Navi's outside, and it is. It's plenty away. But Roberts has seen that call called before on him.
Full count. The runners will be off. Here they go, and a swing and a miss. Roberts out on strikes. That pitch moving in on him. Couple of runs score. The Orioles leave 2, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. 3. Baltimore, time to get the answer to tonight's Aflac Trivia, including 1992. How many American League teammates have stolen 40-plus bases in a single season? Well, you're looking at a couple of them right there. 5 total. Carl Crawford and B.J. Upton this year. We'll take a look at that list in a moment. Pitch is high to Evan Longoria. There's the list. 2-0. And again, hey, Luis Polonia and Chad Curtis on that list a couple times. Tim Raines, Lance Johnson. And this pitch is just foul back a third. 2-1. And Pat Listach and Darrell Hamilton on that list for the Brewers in 92. Look at that. Three sets in 92. And then Polonia and Curtis again in 93. And since then, only Crawford and Upton this year.
Yeah, that's amazing. I remember Pat Listach. I couldn't think of the other guy. I knew it wasn't Robin Young, although he did steal a few bases. Darrell Hamilton.
Yeah, too. Darrell Hamilton. He was a good player and a better guy. He's just one of the quality guys going.
Solid guy. You know, when I managed against Darrell in rookie ball, gosh, I think it was 1985. They had Darrell Hamilton leading off and Helena Montana. They had Gary Sheffield hitting third and Greg Vaughn fourth. Rookie ball.
Wow. Swing and a miss. Longoria out on a changeup against the lefty, and that's the first strikeout for Waters tonight.
Well, Waters is changing speeds pretty well. You see that changeup grip there? That's just a. In fact, he had a full three-finger grip right there. Good fading action and good arm action on it. But how about that for a rookie ball club?
Yeah,
Milwaukee Brewers back in the day. Well, you remember Greg Vaughn here, of course.
Of course, yeah. Ben Zobrist. 1 ball, no strikes.
I remember that winter when Chuck Lamar was covering that in Los Angeles, the winter meetings, and he was all excited. He signed at Greg Vaughn and Vinny Castilla, and I think Canseco. Was Canseco already here? Or went for the power, right?
Yeah, they loaded up and
didn't work out.
Got into there's a long shot high and deep to left, and Zobrist hits this one out. A 2-0 pitch, and Zobrist gets the Rays on the board with his 27th home run of the year. Ben Zobrist now with 89 runs batted in.
Good for him. I'm telling you, you don't have to go looking to Chicago for a hitter. You got it right here. That is a beautiful swing. Up, short, and quick. Good load right there. Good foil. See how Ben turns his front side in and his hips in and then just explodes? Beautiful swing. Look at the power. Wow. That's for real.
Well, he hits home runs wherever he plays. There's a little tap by Upton. Wieters out to make the throw to first. And that's in time down to Aubrey. 2 outs.
Wieters did that the right way, too. You take the ball down the third base line with your back to the play so you can push off the right leg going toward first base. That was a nice play. It looks easy, but you still have to work on that. And teams that used to take infield, that's why you roll bunts like that, so they can work on those plays.
Ball on to Willie Ibar. Ibar thought he had a home run in the second inning when he teed off on a 3-2 pitch. Had to settle for a double.
Well, the more he plays, he's getting that batting average up there. He's finishing on a very nice note, too.
2-0 the count. 3 balls, no strikes. So the Rays get on the board with the solo home run by Zobrist.
Must be nice to do it from both sides of the plate like that.
I'll tell you, yeah, that's his 9th home run as a right-handed hitter out of the 27.
I mean, last night just hit a bomb left-handed, kept it fair, hit it so hard. I mean, it was hit so hard it couldn't hook. And then tonight, right-handed. And by the way, the ball last night was up. And Ben can hit the low ball, but he also has shown he can hit the high ball both ways. A nice swing.
Now Pat Burrell. Pitch is too low.
Let's see Pat get a hold of one, even this game up.
Well, he has not hit a home run off the lefty this year, so he's due. 2 balls, no strikes. I mean, that's the most amazing number.
It is.
This year, Pat hit 33 home runs last year with Philadelphia. He has 14 this year with the Rays, and all of them against right-handed pitching.
Splits right there. No home runs and 12 RBIs from the left side, or against lefties, and 207. And that's one of the reasons they got Pat. More of a right-handed bat against lefties. Hasn't worked out so far this year.
He bounces this one foul.
I should say so far. There's only a few games left. How about it just hasn't worked out?
Yeah. We've established that. 2-1 the count. And he's up in the count. 3 balls and a strike, taking that one down. And there's ball 4. So back-to-back bases on balls. Ibar pushed into second. Burrow takes the walk. He heads to first for Deoner Navarro. So here's Deoner. He lined Amora his first time. He chased one up. He saw the fastball, was trying to jump all over it, but that was up out of the strike zone.
Yeah, he was looking for the 3-run homer. Nothing wrong with that if he gets a pitch to hit. It was just way out of the zone.
And I really think that his struggles really come down to that, because he's a good hitter. He's shown that. Last year he put it on display. There's one up the right side, and it's going to be foul. 0-2. And I just think there are cases, and we watch him all the time, even ahead in the count. He's swinging at a pitcher's pitch when he's ahead of the count. And if he can discipline that down a little bit, I think we'll see Navarro turn out to be a pretty good hitter.
Well, anyway, you saw what he did defensively there, throwing out a runner there. I mean, he just blew up Montañez in the second inning when he threw him out on the steal. I mean, that was just a great mechanics. If he does that consistently, we know that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's something you've really got to work on this winter.
And, here's a situation, Kevin, where Zobrist hits the home run, Ibar walks, Burrow walks, Waters has walked a couple guys.
First pitch out of the zone.
And the first pitch is up out of the zone, and now he's down 0-1.
Right. Yeah, I mean, plate discipline, something really, I mean, once he does that, easier said than done, but you got to do it. You got to trust yourself.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the thing is, you notice the good hitters, you got to trust that you can hit behind the count. Even if that first pitch is a fastball, and even if it is on the outside corner, it might not be a pitch you can do anything with.
Well, I think,
and why swing at it?
And I think Navarro should be that confident, because he can make contact. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't think that should be an issue, and you wonder sometimes if it might be, and because hitters, he's not the only hitter like that. A lot of them have that, but I think Navarro maybe should give himself more credit than he does as a hitter.
I agree. He's got good setup, good balance.
He lifts a fly ball into left center field. Had him out in front that time, and Ferentino makes the catch in center. Home run by Ben Zobrist here in the fourth puts the Rays on the board, and at the end of four, it's 3-1 Baltimore. Here with Baltimore leading. Time for the Cabot Wood Stage legendary performance. And on this date, we go back to 1903 for the first ever World Series game. Played as the Pittsburgh Pirates, then led by Honus Wagner, defeated Cy Young and the Boston Americans 7-3 at the Huntington Avenue baseball grounds in Boston. You know, the Pirates lost that World Series. Here's Asturis, and the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes to the upstart American League. And Honus Wagner had a very bad World Series, the best of 9 at the time, 2-0. And even though his club was a National League champions, he refused to have anyone post his picture in any celebratory manner.
Is that right?
He said it didn't make any difference. The team won. He said, boy, when they needed me, I was bad. And he felt so badly about his performance that it wasn't up to par.
That's good stuff right there, Dave.
This pitch is ball 4 to Asturis. And so he brooded all offseason over his bad World Series performance in the first World Series in 1903.
And he's considered the greatest shortstop of all time.
Yeah. And by the way, it was that when the Rays broke out the cowbells here, there was a lot of criticism about, well, that's not baseball. How could you have all these cowbells in a baseball park? Well, history tells you, and the first club I found that ever used them was that Pittsburgh Pirate Club in the early 1900s. And the fans used to bring cowbells to the ballpark in Pittsburgh. So it has a legitimacy steeped in the history of baseball, and at least as far back as 1903, 1905 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Matt Wieters, the count 1-1.
They used to do a lot of things back then for promotion that people don't even know about. About the Vex, all the things that they did with the White Sox.
Absolutely. So the Rays just updated the version of that baseball tradition with cowbells.
Well, you know who you hear say that. I know there was some broadcasters that said that up here in the booth from the other couple of East Coast teams. That's not baseball. We don't need that. And hey, come on. I think it's fun. I think it's great.
That's right.
I loved it last year covering the World Series. I thought it was a blast.
2-1 and a fly ball toward the line and left. Zobrist in a hurry. Got it! Ben Zobrist, a great diving catch toward the line and left to Rob Wieters and keep Historis at first. Well, a home run in the bottom of the fourth, and this catch in the top of the fifth.
Look at that. Long way to go. Tracked it the whole way. Now you're thinking that Carl Crawford, you probably know would have gotten it, especially being a left-handed thrower. So that's to his glove side. That's a tougher play for Ben. Of course, not the same speed as Carl. And he was over in left center off of Matt Wieters. And that's a great play by Ben Zobrist. I'm sure Carl appreciates seeing Ben do that.
Well, Carl knows it's not an easy play.
It's not. No.
Although, you know, Crawford sometimes makes it look easy out there. That's a tough play.
When's the last time Ben was in left field?
Here's Markakis. The pitch is a strike.
I just got something in my ear that said first World Series 1903 is when he played left field.
That was it. Yeah. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Willie Ibar has taken the first pitch for Meredith for a strike. Bottom of the 7th underway. There's another one. 0-2. Ibar has a double and a walk tonight. Batting left-handed here against Meredith. He bounces one. That's fair. Back of the bag at first. Meredith covers, taking the toss from the first baseman Aubrey. One out.
Yeah, this guy did a pretty good job when he first came over from Boston to San Diego. He became a late setup guy for Trevor Hoffman. His first year, he did a great job with sinkers like that.
Well, Pat Burrell will be the hitter. Leaders and Meredith talk it over on the mound. Pat grounded to third in the 2nd inning and walked in the 4th. Rays have had only 2 hits tonight. One of them a home run. The pitch to Burrell is a strike. Too low. 1-1. Chris Waters worked 5 innings, gave up a run, 2 hits, a couple strikeouts and 3 walks. The pitch is wide. 2-1. Clay Meredith, who had a 1-2-3 6th inning on a ground ball, has retired the first man in the 7th on a ground ball. It's going to take the count to 2-2. And Burrell is out on strikes. So that'll be out number 2 in the 7th. And get Deanna Navarro to the plate.
Yeah, Pat took a couple of good sinkers, that, especially the one before he struck out on the one he could have hit. And with 2 strikes, that one just ran out of the zone. Tough pitch.
So DeYoner hitting from the left side. He was 0 for 2 against Waters. Bunts the ball foul. That's a strike. He lined the ball hard to third in the 3rd inning that Mora caught. Pitch is low. It's 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Navarro takes one a little wide, so he's up in the count now, 3-1.
Yeah, he's taking some tough pitches right there. I mean, you'd like to see him do that all year. And he draws the walk. So a 2-out pass gets Navarro aboard. Every Sunday's Family Fun Day presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Get a ticket, Pepsi product and snacks starting at just $25. Sunday, the Rays beat the Yankees in the first 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a Raymond wind-up walker. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets.
Sabathia comes in 19-7. Price 9-7.
Well, you know, CC is definitely a Cy Young candidate. It may go to Zach Greinke. Could go to Felix Hernandez, but CC's done everything that the Yankees had hoped that he would do. It's been exactly what they hoped.
Pop foul. That's going to be out of play. Take the count to 1-2. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. You know, Greinke, again, a guy didn't get a lot of support, but his earned run average is going to be 1-2 or 1-3 lower than Sabathia's.
Yeah.
I mean, Greinke's just been great, and so has Sabathia. It's going to be for Sabathia, the team that wins the division, higher profile. That's going to work in his favor. Plus, he's been so good. Swing and a miss. Moore is out on strikes. Wheeler got him with a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts. We'll take a look at the Rays home leaders who stay in the game. Just for men, hair color. Balfour, Wheeler, and Schaus all in double figures as middle relievers keep their teams in the game. You too can stay in the game with just for men, hair color. So 2 outs here in the 8th. Here's the left-handed hitting first baseman Michael Aubrey. The pitch off the mid of Navarro and down for a ball. Aubrey popped to third, hit a fly ball to center, and fouled out to third to Longoria. Chokes up a little bit on the bat. A wave and a miss, and I think that was the split right there.
It was. Good one. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Third hops Deanna Navarro. You know, Todd was talking about Adam Wainwright of the Cardinals going for number 20. He could win it over there. I mean, Carpenter won his 17th today, by the way. Hit a grand slam also.
Ground ball to shortstop. Bartlett has it. The throw to first. I think he threw him another split to get that ground ball. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-1 Baltimore. Down by a couple this November. Trained to be an umpire at the 09 MLB Umpire Camp, Baseball's Youth Academy in Compton, California. Classes and on-field instruction by Major League supervisors and former big league umps with over 200 years of combined experience. For info, go to MLBUC.com. Well, Danny Baez will be the new pitcher for Baltimore, their 4th of the night. And Jason Bartlett faces him. It's a little chopper back over the mound as Doris picks it up. Throw to first is in time to get Bartlett. So Bartlett on the first pitch hit that little chopper, and once it got by the mound, you thought he might have a chance to beat it out.
Yeah, you're looking for another hop there, but Turris is a super shortstop. Had a great jump on that ball and took the hop away. He got it before they took that short hop. Take a look. Great jump right there. Look at that. He gets it before it bounces again. Picks it, throws a strike over there.
Carl Crawford will pinch hit here, and he takes the pitch for a strike on the inside corner. Baez fastball. Crawford hitting for Kapler. It's too low. 1-1. And a ground ball by the mound up the middle, and there is Asturias again. So a couple ground balls, 2 outs in the 8th. So the Rays still have just the 2 hits tonight. And Evan Longoria is going to be coming to the plate now.
Hit it to the wrong guy there, Asturias. He's on his game tonight defensively and offensively. Swinging the bat tonight, too. I really thought Cesar Asturias, when he was with the Dodgers, they made a mistake letting him go. I mean, he was with the Dodgers, and he and Alex Cora, I thought, were as good defensively as a tandem in those years with L.A. is when I managed the American League and Alomar and Vizquel played together. And I mean defensively. I'm not talking about the offense.
1-0 the count to Longoria. Upstairs. 2-0. Baez getting a new baseball. Danny had a big year here with the Rays. A couple of them actually had 41 saves for the Rays in 2005. 3-0. He had a 30 save season in 04 and 41 in 05. There's a strike. 3-1. Did not pitch last year, had Tommy John surgery, and has come back from that. And a ground ball to short. Asturias busy this inning, handles all 3 ground balls from Bartlett, Crawford, and Longoria. We're going to go to the 9th, 3-1 Baltimore. Tobacco-free Florida. Tobacco-free Florida wants you to be tobacco-free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. On to the ninth. Martinez leads it off. And the first pitch from Wheeler is in there for a strike. Carl Crawford now in left field for the Rays, with Ben Zobrist moving over to play right field.
Got his right fielder's glove now. He'll get a slicer over there now. Have to dive for it.
That's a strike at the knees. 0-2. Well, he knows how to use whatever glove he has. Well, he consistently turns in great plays. Wherever it is, he is positioned out there.
I'm telling you, that play he made in left field, I mean, it kept the game really where it is right now. That would have been a...
There is strike three called. A fastball well located on the outside corner at the knee. So Wheeler picks up his third strikeout. Here's another look.
He painted Martinez up. That's just a perfect pitcher's pitch right there at the knees on the outside corner. Great overhead shot right there. That's paint.
So with a left-handed hitter coming, that's going to be it for Wheeler. He works an inning and a third. Back in a moment. For the Rays, with the bases empty and one out, Choate on to face Ferentino, the left-handed hitting center fielder. Pitch is a strike. So Randy, pitcher number 4 for the Rays. Garza, Schaus, Wheeler, and Choate. Fly ball into left. Crawford's there. 2 outs now. Tune in to Sun Sports Sunday for primetime Knowles. Heath Jones, Tom Block, and Whit Watson call the gridiron action as Florida State faces Boston College. Primetime Knowles, Sunday at 7 on Sun Sports. Base is empty. 2 outs for Brian Roberts. It's a foul ball out of play for a strike.
They had him defensed correctly for a souvenir. Take it. Gonna give it to his son.
Yep.
Oh, he's got his legs stuck.
Yeah, he's this little ground ball is
catchers
short.
feel after 162.
Yeah, Bartlett takes care of that. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Rays need 2 to keep it going, 3 to win it. Trying to exhort the Rays on to pull it out here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Got the right guy starting it off. Boy, he's been swinging it back the last few days.
It's going to be Ben Zobrist, then B.J. Upton and Willie Ibar do against Jim Johnson. Baez worked 1 inning through 3 ground balls, and now it's Johnson. And the first pitch, a fastball, and Zobrist was swinging, fouling it back, strike 1.
That's the pitch he's hit out of the ballpark here 3 times, that high fastball. 3 times in this series.
It's low. 1-1. Shot headed toward left center field. In there for extra bases, back into the deep part of the park. Zobrist will round second and stop with a double. So a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rays pick up their 3rd hit. Zobrist has 2 of them.
Well, you can get on top of a high fastball. Here's another one. That's up and away off the plate. That's off by about 2 or 3 inches. Nice fluid level swing, and crisply in the gap to left center field right there. Nicely done.
Now it's B.J. Upton looking for his first hit tonight. And that fastball, quick on him, that's a strike.
You'd like to have that one back. That's a pretty good pitch to jump on right there.
Just couldn't pull the trigger.
No.
0-1. And another one for strike 2.
That was a little tough to pitch because it was away, but the one before was in his wheelhouse. See, that ball's on the outside corner. But the one before that, he's got to be ready for that and just jump on it. Get that front foot down. Slow feet, quick hands.
Zobrist at second, nobody out. 2 quick strikes here to B.J. Upton. Johnson and Upton waiting each other out. Wieters and Johnson will try to square it away now in front of the mound. Johnson, the 5th pitcher of the game for Baltimore. The Rays have used 4 tonight. BJ back in. It lays off, down and away. A slider, and it's 1-2. Upton with 10 home runs on the year. And he lays off this one, and it's down. And he would not chase those 2. That squares the count.
He should be coming with a fastball now. That slowed his motion down on those 2 breaking balls anyway. That's why BJ was able to spit on him.
The 2-2 swing and a pop-up. Foul ball back toward the screen. That's going to be playable, and Wieters grabs it. 1 away. Upton fouls out. Now the hitter is going to be Willie Ibar. We'll take another look at this.
Yeah, Wieters sets up in. That's a good. I mean, that's in off the plate clearly. But that's a good pitch after a couple breaking balls down the way. Go up and in on him.
Ibar is a double and a walk tonight. There's one into center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Zobrist had to wait to see if it was going to fall in. Fiorentino was playing back in center field.
Yeah, you know why he's so deep. I mean, that's a tough part of the ballpark. You saw the ball's not carrying out there anyway tonight. He's got paint on his back. He's got green paint on his back, Fiorentino. That ball should have been caught. Look how deep he is now. He is way back there. I mean, you got a 2-run lead, and yeah, okay, no doubles, but my goodness. You look at where he's playing even right now compared to where BJ plays. BJ plays a very shallow center field, but he is too deep.
Ibar lifted. Perez running at first. Fernando Perez going to move over there. He's back in. So the Rays have Zobrist at third. Perez with great speed at first. Rays would like to have him in scoring position.
Look how deep Fiorentino is. I mean,
still, yep.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Burrell's got power, but my goodness.
Burrell sends a fly ball into right. Markakis in line to make the catch. The tag at third. Zobrist will score. That's going to make it a 3-2 ball game. So a run batted in on the sacrifice fly. 2 outs now. So the Rays down to their last out within 1 run. Greg Zahn's going to come out of the dugout to pinch hit for Navarro. Lewan John's bat from the left side against the right-hander Johnson. And Perez now at first base with 2 outs. He takes his lead over there and draws the throw from Johnson.
Zahn has pretty good power middle in, and I'm sure Johnson will throw a fastball off the outside corner. That would help Wieters also in case Perez goes.
The pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes.
He'll stay away from Zahn's power right there. By doing that, he'll probably go back out there again. You don't have to pitch out, but if you throw a fastball in the outside corner, you might get a strike out of it and give Wieters a good chance to throw one. Fiorentino's still way out there, even on Zahn.
Ground ball right side. That's a base hit. Gonna go through. Perez hustling his way to third. It's gonna be first and third now for the Rays. So Zahn comes off the bench and delivers the pinch hit single. That's the 3rd hit of the inning.
He tried to go away, but look at the pitch. Left a little bit too much over the middle right there. Zahn's able to turn on it and roll it into right field with Perez being held on at first.
And the visit from the pitching coach.
If Fiorentino's playing where he should be, the game's over. I mean, he's way too deep. I don't care if it's no doubles or not. That's no homers where he's playing. And that's probably just inexperience playing in this ballpark, but the coaching staff should know that.
John coming through with the pinch hit single. He's at first. Perez at third. Akinori Iwamura will be the hitter. Aki 0 for 1 with a walk lifetime against Johnson. And he takes a good look at that fastball low. A ball, no strikes.
That's like playing prevent defense in football.
Pitch away.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, now he's a little bit closer in case of a blooper, but he's still pretty deep. You got to, especially on the road. I mean, you got to play for the win. Don't play for the tie. Play for the win.
2 balls, no strikes. And Aki looks at strike 1.
I mean, what's the difference? You lost 13 straight, the way I look at it.
Take a look at this pitch from overhead. Well, that was off the plate.
By plenty.
2-1 now. And a swing and a miss on the fastball. And a little extra right there. 2-2.
Yeah, he did. Ball's up in the zone a little bit. Still a strike. Top part of the zone. Aki swings underneath it.
Two on with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a little number back to the mound. The flip to first, and this game is over. The Rays fall a run short. They score a run in the 9th. 3 hits. They strand 2.
2 hours, 29 minutes.
And the Baltimore Orioles have won this game 3-2. It snaps the 13-game losing streak for Baltimore.
Totals are correct.
The Rays have their 4-game winning streak come to an end. 3-2 the final. We'll be back in just a few moments with you tomorrow on